Hey there, hope you're very well. Lee here from The Hidden Why. Happy Thursday to you. Today the topic that I want to talk about is this notion of judgment. And I was thinking about it again off the back of previous conversations this week that I've been having. And I was talking about, struggle and challenge yesterday, and this idea of judgment came to mind. Because I think when we're pushing towards something, when something's difficult, we start to bring in limiting beliefs and self-doubt. It's a tendency of human nature to find reasons why we shouldn't be doing something that's difficult, right? Because when something gets difficult, when things are challenging in life, we look for information in our environment that supports that. And one of the things that I've thought of in my journey is that we look for people's feedback. And sometimes it's perceived, sometimes it's real, actual feedback. And whatever it is, we look for these people that are making a judgment on us and what we're doing and our actions. And it sort of supports that self-doubt that we've created ourselves from pursuing that goal or dream that we've been going after. So that judgment really can stop us in our tracks. Yet we know that the challenge, the struggle, will lead to opportunity and growth. And that will give us a greater sense of fulfillment and happiness. Yet when we go out there and we want then information to support why we shouldn't be doing this because it is too challenging. And look, hey, I'm all for it. Like sometimes you start something and you do realize that, hey, it's not really for you. It's not your chosen path. But don't let others' judgments of you stop you from going forward. And that's really what I wanted to share today. If I did that, I've been running this podcast now for 10 years. I had no credentials to start a podcast. I had no idea what I was doing when I started my podcast. I just knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to speak to people. And now I've recorded over 1,000 episodes speaking to some of the world's beautiful minds on so many varied topics that has brought me richness and fulfillment and happiness in my life, but has had a greater impact on others as well. Now, if I saw the challenge at the start, because I can tell you there's been challenges all the way through, but at the start particularly, there was a big learning curve that I had to go through. And if I listened to what other people were saying, should you be doing it? Are you the person to be doing it? And that self-doubt that comes into mind, that's like self-judgment, right? That comes into mind. If I listened to that, I potentially would have stopped. And that's what I don't want to see anyone do. I think judgment is super critical and defeating, and I think we shouldn't listen to it. I think that in this world there's so much judgment, and there's a reason why judgment exists. And I think it comes from this human evolutionary need to belong. There's this sense of belongingness that we need in our lives, because back in the tribal days, a sense of belongingness gave us security. It gave us food. It gave us survival, right? And that's what it's really all about. In this day of this global connection, and no longer really are there these small tribes, and that's kind of sad, but it's the fact that's what's happening. We're a global mass of groups, big groups, right? And you're either in Group A or Group B, and that's gives us our sense of belongingness. But often what I feel that we join these groups without being really informed. If you think of a judge making judgment in a courtroom, they have to gather the evidence and as much facts and information as they can before they make an informed decision. In this day and age, I don't think we do that, right? I really think we make judgment of others without actually having correct or factual information. This person's told me that, so that's what I'm going to believe about that person. We're in Group A because that's just the one I'm aligned to. So anyone in Group B, I don't like, and I'm going to judge critically. There's a problem with that because you're looking outside yourself, you're not focusing on yourself, and you're making unfair, uninformed judgments about others, which I don't think is right. But more importantly, listen to this. This is recent science that's been proven to show that those that have a higher level of happiness, they don't judge, or they're less likely to judge. I think we all have an ability to judge others, but those that live with this greater sense of fulfillment and happiness, they actually have been shown to more likely show no signs of judging others because they're too focused on their own goals and dreams, right? They're too focused on their purpose. And when you're incredibly focused on your purpose and you don't really care about what other people's thoughts are about you or what other people's thoughts are about your actions, your behaviors, your beliefs, and what you're doing, and you're just focused on you, what you're doing, that brings a sense of joy and accomplishment because you're pushing forward. You're going through those challenges. You're receiving those opportunities through the growth. And that's bringing you happiness. And on the flip side, those that are sitting out there just judging others all the time, I can tell you what, they're dissatisfied. There's a reason why they're judging everyone all the time is because they're dissatisfied with their own life perhaps. Perhaps they've got these insecurities or these doubts about themselves, or perhaps they've tried to do something and they gave up and so now they're judging others. So whatever it is, I don't think judgment's a great thing. At the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to say today. And I think you need to go out there and focus on those challenges that are going to take you towards those goals and dreams that you desire in life. And stop listening to what other people say. Stop listening to their judgments about you and what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. I think care, show empathy towards others, but focus on you. Go out there and do you. Because that's what it's all about. It's about living more fully, having more meaning and finding more joy. And that's where you'll find it. Have a great day.